Yellow peeps. So in this video it's gonna be about Moulinglacia and how fair does it pair up with the swap frogs, because as you know with Moulin it's always tricky to get 5 in the grave, right? Especially these days when you want to go for the early minstrel access, you'll most of the time have 6 in the grave, and that's actually a good argument in favor of running the water barrier statue. But also in the case of swap frogs, as you've seen in the previous video, you can go for a pretty nasty endboard still without running the water statue. So any variant has something going for it. With this you can still get 5 in the grave if you open up Minstrel, went for the double Trish and that kind of lines. That's also really impactful on the Drool and Lockbird. Great to have in your arsenal, to have in your deck. But also great to have swaps in your deck, right? To have that instant early access to you, totally awesome. That's also really valuable. And searching your Moulinglacia after Dragoons is so easy, man. Fuck. The water bear statue needs to give a card back. I have managed to put up great combos for that. But the Mouling, it's undeniably. On the Fullers, it's just a better card, hands down, man. But for this format, with the cards we got right now, it's up in the air. I think it's give or take. It's kind of a style preference maybe now. I'm still leaning towards the Moulin. I've always been more of a Moulin kind of a guy. So let's see how they pair up with the swap frogs. So typically you would want to start off with special summoning swap frog from your hand. You can also normal summon it, and it does come up because there are so many combo lines and hands that you did not even use the normal summon yet. That's kind of crazy when you use Shadow Squad, you know. Anyway, you special summon a swap frog from your hand. Special summoning it, you can send a level 2 or lower aqua type monster from your deck to your graveyard. Of course we're going to set the Mirror Mage, and with that we search the Freezing Chain. And now we're going to activate the Freezing Chains from our hand, special summoning the Mirror Mage. And don't worry, we're going to go into every variety, you know, so now it will be the fully summoned Toad, and later it will be the negated swap frog, and etc. And then we go on to normal summon the Prince. With Prince we send for cost the Shadow Squad, and we add the Dragoons to our hand. The Shadow Squad activates, and we special summon a Mermail with Spike from the deck. Now Pike triggers on summon. For cost we pay with Dragoons, and with Pike we search the Shrine. Now Dragoons triggers, and with Dragoons we get Moulin. Now you're gonna activate Abyss Rhine from your hand, targeting the face-up Prince. Do a special summon a Deep Sea King or get the Taste to your hand, whatever you want. Doesn't matter at this point, it's just for the baseline. And then you get the Dragoons. You summon your rank 4 water, and you're gonna detach, and in this case you can search either the Presider for follow-up already, or the Presider or the Prince. I mean, it depends on what you opened, right? So let's go for Standard and Presider. And what do you know, you should have 5 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that works out just fine. And from here you can go further. So let's rewind this back. Now if you suspect they have another hand trap in their hand, what you can do here is normal summon the Prince. So you've already summoned the Toad, you know. And then you send Shadow Squad and you add Dragoons. And with Shadow Squad you get the Pike. And with Pike we pay for cost, send the Dragoons. And with those two, with Pike you search the Minstrel. And with Moulin you search, with Dragoons you search the Moulin. For this it would have been ideal if you had another water monster in your opening hand. So then you could use the Minstrel here. Now you have 5 in the grave already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you get rid of the other hand trap. And then you rip for 2. And it's basically GG already there, I guess, right? And how would it pair up with Moulin if your swap frog got negated? So you activate swap frog from the hand, discarding a water monster. And they imperm that shit, so it's negated. What you could do then is, for cost, bounce it back to your hand. And that way you could normal summon another frog monster, except swap frog itself, but that doesn't come up. It's just to pay the cost, which you can do even though it's negated. And you just have gotten rid of 1 hand trap already, right? So then you go to get to your standard line again. Where you send the Shadow Squad and you add Dragoons, you special summon Pike. With Pike you pay and you get Shrine, and with Dragoons you get Moulin. And then you get your Deep Sea King and etc. And now you can overlay it. I mean, you already had 5 earlier, but you know how it works, right? So that still works out fine. The count is still at 1, and you could have also left the swap frog on the field. It's just in case if you need to have the discard fodder, you know, you can bounce it back even. So there's quite some options there. And how would it work if they asked the search, you know, if they asked that? So you special summon swap frog, get rid of your any water, and then you send the mirror mage, and they ash that. You cannot add the freezing chains to your hand, so you have 2 in the graveyard already. You go. You would normal summon Prince, send Dragoons for cost, and you could add like Abyss Rhine here. Oh no, wait, you could like add the Dragoons and add Minstrel, and you pay, you activate Minstrel from the hand, paying with Dragoons. With Dragoons, you search Moulin, you should have like, yeah, there you go already. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And in any case, if you got kind of screwed, you can use most of the time like Coral and make the count from 6 to 5 when summoning 1 back, you know? And most of the time you can also still salvage your Toad if they negated the freezing chain search. And still have 2 Aquas on the field, I mean, and make your Toad, so that's kind of cool. So to summarize, Mooling pairs up just fine with Swap Frog in any shape or form, any way of negate it, you can get to 5. That's no problem, they work great in tandem with each other. The problem with Moulin has always been when you want to have early Minstrel access, your count will be like 6, but I've already demonstrated a nice combo for that, where you still end on the Toad from Donna. So yeah guys, that was it for that video. I'll see you on the next one. Ciao!